My dear sneaky freaks, this year we are starting off with a fucking bang. You guys know we do a sneaky freak question of the week, and this week is no different.
So we're just going to launch into it because we decided that we're going to throw the volleyball back to you guys.
We said, do you have any burning sex stories or sex questions for us? We kept it broad, see where the conversation would lead.
Right.
And we got a wild variety of questions coming up.
I like that.
You want to start? You want to get into it?
Let's just get into it.
The first one is from Gary, who said, what would you do if you caught someone you know sniffing panties, or someone who does? Would you judge them? And Happy New Year, you sexy motherfuckers. Happy New Year to you, Gary, you sexy beast.
You sniffing panty beast.
You sniffing sexy monster, you. What would you do if you saw someone sniffing your panties?
I think I have seen someone sniffing my panties.
You have?
Yeah.
I sniffed my own panties and almost passed out. I don't like seeing myself sniff my panties.
As a digital nomad, for those of you who don't know,
Jesus Christ.
Cam takes these 3 months off.
I've done it once in my life.
Okay, you've done it when you were a kid growing up.
Okay.
Went to overnight camp. Went on.
Yeah, I was doing a lot of work at overnight.
Cross country.
A lot of work on these trips.
But you don't bathe as often as most people.
I bathe a normal amount. When I smell my own underwear, it makes me want to pass out for some reason.
I'll tell you why. Because you don't do wash and you don't buy new clothes.
You don't do wash. Do you ever sniff your own panties? Have you ever sniffed your own panties?
To see if they needed to be washed.
And what is your response?
Sometimes I'll take a sniff and I'm like, okay, wash time.
It's unbelievable how stanky they can become. Isn't it remarkable?
How stanky they could become?
Yes.
Yeah, it's just unbelievable, Cam. We're all motherfucking freaks.
That's right.
Okay?
That's our response to you, Gary. You want to fucking sniff some panties?
He didn't say if they're male or female panties, by the way.
Who gives a flying fuck whose panties
That's
there?
what I'm saying. So you go sniff away.
Sniff those fucking panties.
Just stick your nose right in there and rub it up and sniff away.
Sniff them? Well, because you only live once. You like the smell
YOLO.
of those panties, you fucking go for it. Me personally, it makes me want to gag. For you, if you're into it, you fucking go for it. I say I would not judge them. I would have maybe a conversation with them afterwards and say, hey, what was that all about?
Well,
but I wouldn't judge.
We were listening to another podcast where she was talking about the same idea about selling panties and then if it's hygienic to have them once you buy them.
Yeah, shout out to Jordan Higgs, host of the Horny Housewife. Love the podcast.
We were enjoying that. And you were saying that, people have like yeast infections and shit like that.
You never know what you're going to get if you buy someone's panties. You don't know when someone gives you panties, what you're going to get.
Well, the idea is not to buy new panties. It's to buy used panties.
They want the smell.
Yeah.
But let me tell you something. I think I found a solution for this. I have a very hippie friend named Paulie Boy. He's come on the podcast before. Hashtag Bush Tales is the question, or is the episode title.
I forgot. He likes bush. He likes the bush.
He's got solutions for everything. He's like a Kramer character, okay?
Yeah.
He convinces me, because I got this itchy asshole.
Are we talking again about your itchy asshole?
This is a public service announcement.
How does it come up over and over again that you have an itchy anus?
It's a public service announcement. Listen to me.
Are you guys aware that he has it?
Listen, I'm telling you, this guy was swearing by this Pure O3. They sell ozonated oils. So they put, it's like they basically pump oxygen into any type of oil. Sunflower oil is his oil of choice.
Who does this?
Some fucking hippie online. I don't know. It's a whole company that ozonates oil and it makes it hyper oxygenated. And as a result, it has cleaning properties. And I put this shit in my asshole based on his recommendation. And I swear to God, no itching anymore. And it smells like a beautiful summer's day.
How do you know what your asshole smells like?
Because I can smell the ozonated oil in my fingers. It is very pungent. It smells like the ocean. Okay. I highly recommend this. They're not
your
sponsored.
Fingers in your asshole and smelling
I'm
them?
sorry. Sometimes you have to do some medical shit.
Behind the scenes work?
Yeah.
You did.
Don't worry. Afterwards, I fucking basically burned my fingers off. Anyway.
I just don't even know why you and your friends are always talking about itchy anuses and remedies.
Why not? First of all, what do you always?
This is not the first person that you've talked about your itchy anus.
Because I'm walking down the street. I feel like I have a knife in my asshole.
Okay, that's not normal.
Well,
and don't tell me a couple
ozonators. Ozone oil. Sunflower ozonated oil.
I'm picking up my water now.
Oh, Jesus. Here she goes. All right. Well, anyway, do you have any other words for Gary about, what would you do if you caught someone, sniffing panties?
I know someone who, I told you this before, that the guy liked to get into the woman's panties while she was in it. Now, how does that even work?
I'm not sure how it works.
But I don't judge
Those
them
are very
either.
stretchy panties because I feel like they might, rip otherwise if it's not so stretchy. Listen, if you're tuning in live on YouTube or Twitch, right, or Instagram, TikTok, where the fuck you are tuning in live.
Captain Sandy.
If you got a question for us that you want us to answer, just shoot it our way. We'll answer it on the show.
Well, someone asked a question.
Yeah, what is it?
Are you guys real?
We're the fucking realists.
We're robots.
We're the fucking realest motherfuckers out there.
Well, I know you only see me, and I'm sorry for that. If you are on YouTube, you'd see both of us. But TikTokers, I know you only see me, and I apologize in advance for allowing this to occur.
We are real, and we are so real that...
we are real?
Yeah.
We're the real deal.
The real deal. All right, next question. You ready for this? We got a question over here from Tracy. You ready for this one?
I'm ready.
Tracy says, I have a question, but I also would like to correct KarenLee from last week's episode where she thought I was from London because I said cheeky. I was dying laughing. I have lived in the U.S. all my life. I wish I had lived in London. Okay, so do you have a redaction?
Well, I didn't hear her voice.
But you saw cheeky and you made some assumptions.
Who says cheeky?
A cheeky person says cheeky.
I'm going to now start saying cheeky.
You are cheeky, mom.
I just heard of chachi or choo-choo or what was that?
I don't know. Chuggy, some shit. I don't know what the fuck that meant.
People are always educating me on new words, but cheeky sounds very British to me.
Anyways, she goes on to say, my question is, how awkward or weird is it the first time you have sex with someone? Not your virginity, but just regular sex. Is it just me that feels awkward? Okay, so do you have a response to that?
Oh, I know my response is not going to be the same as yours.
Okay.
You have to really be comfortable with your own body before you can get into bed with someone for the first time, especially.
Okay.
So I say it is awkward, but if you become get an expertise in your body, it will not be awkward.
Was that always the case for you? That it was not an awkward thing?
I got to say that I was married for 24 years.
Yeah.
So I wasn't really that, it wasn't awkward for
But
me.
after you got back in the dating
And
game,
then when I
you
got
started
back into
fooling
the
around?
singles life, I just thought it was going to be just makeout sessions.
Right. But you weren't.
So that's what I would say to that. What was her name again? The cheeky
Tracy.
girl? Tracy.
Cheeky Tracy.
Just do makeout for the first couple of times, or maybe go around to the first or even the second base, and I don't know what the third
bases.
what the third base is, but you don't. It doesn't have to be awkward if you've done a lot of it's almost like scuba diving. You don't dive into the ocean without doing some pool work. So I would suggest taking it very freaking slow.
So what would you say for what do you think my response is going to be?
Sex is always awkward.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh, you're Mr. Smooth?
How many times have we discussed that I'm a smooth criminal?
I forgot you're the smooth criminal. I forgot. Did you guys know he was a smooth criminal?
It's never awkward for me because it takes about 20 dates before we're having sex. And by that point, we're ready to marry each other. It's not awkward. It's not awkward for
so
me.
You're saying the same thing I did.
Yeah,
You
if you
basically
take
stole
time-
my answer.
I stole your answer. What the fuck?
I came up with that. And
You didn't
decided,
fucking come up with that.
So you're saying that if you have 25 dates, it's not going to be awkward? It still would probably be awkward if I know you.
No. It's
Smooth-
because
smooth criminal.
I really have to trust someone if I'm going to have sex with them. And if by the time I really trust someone, it's not going to be awkward. At that point.
What about
Come
when
on.
you did one night stands?
Also, you're right. Like if you're fucking blowing each other, if you're fucking doing all sorts of shit, that's not. I mean, that's the lead up. It's not gonna be awkward after that. You know.
You know what
It's
I
not
heard?
so
I
dissimilar.
heard. I was listening to a podcast. I don't remember which one. It might not even have been a podcast. It might have been something else. But they were talking. Oh no, it was a podcast, and they were talking. What was that one that you turned me on to?
The Huberman Lab.
No, it wasn't the Huberman Lab.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
It was two guys.
I've literally have no clue what you're talking about. Oh, Rhett and Link
Yeah, I was listening
with
to their
mythical morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was listening to their podcast, and No, how did I get on that subject?
I have no clue. Sometimes you're talking and it's like a train that's going complete opposite direction of where the conversation was going.
Well, we were talking about awkward, sensations.
Awkward sensations?
Yeah, awkward experiences.
I don't know.
It was right there on the tip of my tongue. If I think of it, I'll let you guys know later.
I think we need like a maybe like a sound, like a bell or like a scoreboard and tally the amount of times that you completely derail the conversation.
I'm sorry.
It's really remarkable.